Hey everybody, welcome back to my channel. I just want to preface this by saying I am a new YouTube channel. If you did not look at that first video, yeah, I'm really new, really basic. I'm still trying to figure this out. I don't know what things are going to look like. Like as I'm recording now, I'm like, is everything in alignment with the camera? Because as you guys have heard me say, I'm new. I'm using my phone. I'm using like a tired tripod, and I don't have time to like I don't have time to like fancy edit, and I don't have the money to buy fancy equipment. So I really hope that everyone bears with me and just like meet me where I am and enjoy the video, comment back, give some feedback, some tips, encouragement, whatever. If you also, again, if you did not look at my first video, the first video that I uploaded was my May paycheck as a single mom, single parent that is on a low income and wanting to get out of debt so that I can give generously and so that I can enjoy the fruits of my labor. In that first video, I go over quite a few disclaimers, things that I think are very important and would kind of help guide the conversations that will hopefully happen in the comment section now or in the next couple of months or whatever. But I just went over two of them at least, that I am a single parent and that I am a low income person. I can't even think. I work a full-time job, busting out like what feels like grave shift hours, but it's just not enough. And but that's not deterring me from getting out of debt. I currently have over $25,000 in student loan debt. I don't even use my degree. That is currently my only debt that I have. Prior to it being $25,000, it was in the $39,000. Over the pandemic, I was able to get it down to $25,000, and I want to get out of that student loan debt within 2.5 to 3 years, because I have some goals, and I also would love to have a peace of mind. Like, I don't want to be a borrower like anymore in that sense. Like, I don't want to be attached to a ball and chain. So I gave a couple of disclaimers there. Another set of disclaimers is that because I'm a new YouTube channel and I'm not sure how this stuff is going to go, and I want to protect myself mentally for sure, I'm going to be anonymous. I won't disclose a lot about like myself that is not necessary, or that doesn't contribute to like what's happening here. But I won't be sharing like what I do for work. I won't be sharing my child, like intimate personal details, for safety reasons, for mental capacity reason, and because I'm pretty boring. I'm pretty like laid back, not much going on. And then because I'm a single parent and because I am low income in the state that I live in, the cost of living, which I'm sure is rising everywhere, I cannot afford to live on my own. And because of that, I am currently living with a family member, and that family member has asked me to contribute $300 a month towards the rent. And then, of course, I do chime in with groceries and household items here and there, which is something I need to get under control, because I need to set a limit on like, okay, I'm paying rent and if I contribute to this and a third, I need to contribute a set month, a month, or a week. What else? So yeah, my rent is always going to be lower than what we may expect someone to be paying. I also do not have a vehicle. I got into a car accident. Someone hit me. The car was totaled. I just was not able to get it replaced or fixed, replaced. So I've been an Uber girly, and it's not all that. But getting a vehicle is on my to-do list, my goal list. But that requires me to getting out of debt. So I have not gotten paid for June yet. So this is kind of going to be like a mock, and this is where I need y'all like input and suggestions, critiques. Don't mind my squeaky chair. So I don't know what my income is going to be, but I do know that this check will not have much deductions like medical, vision, dental, like none of those things. I can't even think right now. So this should be like almost a clean sweep, but we also know like taxes and whatnot. So I'm not really sure, but I'm just gonna go ahead and budget or just create a budget. So I'm gonna use a green pen for the bills because I've already paid them for the month of June, and I'm contemplating paying ahead with this check. It's really not paying ahead. I just thought about that. Anyways, I'm just going to use this. All right, so rent will be $300. Internet, $180. Cell phone, and that's pretty much all my bills. And then I do have a life insurance policy, but I do pay that quarterly, and I don't plan to budget that until next month. Okay. Now, for my savings, my child does have two savings account. They have a 529 for education, and then a UTMA, like I believe it's like a minor gift. They can use it. It can be used for whatever. It doesn't have as much of stipulations and restrictions like the 529. And I put $50 in each, so that totals out to $100. And I am a tither, and I plan to budget exactly 10% of whatever my income will be. Now, my expenses. Because I don't have a car, and a car is a goal, but I don't want to take out a car loan. Y'all will feel me. So Uber, I honestly have no idea how much I'm going to budget, because I find that I've been going over budget this month for Uber. So here's the layout. I take my child to school. I have a ride. So my ride is able to take me and my child to school for drop off. So I only have to worry about pick up Monday through Friday. Now, there are 2 days out the week where I have to pick up via Uber, and then we have to transport. We have to go to therapy for my child, and that's twice a week. So it's like I use Uber to pick up. Technically, it's like a round trip. So the pickup, they pick me up, pick child up and then drop us off at the therapy. And then I have to create a whole new transaction for, picking us up from the therapy appointment and taking us back home. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna pull up my Uber account and just kind of gauge and see like how much has each transaction, each ride that I've had to take thus far costs, and then make a budget from that. So by the July payment paycheck, I should have that like under wraps, y'all. So forgive me for not having that. These are my 2 subscriptions. YouTube and Peacock. These are going to be coming out at the end of the month of June. I believe on the 27th they are drafted out. I am definitely about to end Peacock. However, I'm going to binge watch Grand Crew Clang Clang one more time before I cancel it, because I only really watched only got Peacock to watch Bel Air season 2, Grand Crew season 1 and 2, and then of course like The Best Man Holiday, etc., etc. And if you can't tell by my choice of television and show and movies, I'm blackity black. So I don't have any more subscriptions. Those are my only 2. I use YouTube Music Premium because I have YouTube Premium. Anyways, now here come the big dogs. I have an ER visit, a dental visit, my own therapy visit, student loans, and then the devil herself, Klarna. Now, y'all, do not chew me up. Do not roll your eyes. Don't say nothing smart. I really needed these things. And that's what they say. They be like, people always say, like, I really needed it. Well, if you really needed it, you would have been able to afford it and you would have budgeted for that, but I didn't. So I have 3 payments of $36.17 that will be due every 2 weeks until it's paid. My therapy, I have one last payment of $55. The total was $110. I'm gonna pay that off, and then I have 2 more payments for the ER and the dental, and these are the amounts. I did not include groceries. Let me go ahead and put that in here. So I'm going to budget $125. This is because, again, I help contribute to like the entire household. $125 is like a specialty which will include the things that I like or things that I want for myself, and then things that I'm going to be using throughout the week to pack my child's lunch for school. And that could be anywhere from like nuggets, salads, fruits, some sweets, like little things for my child. So I'm gonna budget $125. All right, so going back to the green, I was telling y'all in the beginning that I was thinking about using this June 29th paycheck, which will be like almost a clean sweep, no deductions, no like benefits being taken out aside from our state, federal, Social Security, Medicare, all that. I was like, okay, maybe I'll just go ahead and make that payment, because I think my next pay period would be July 14th. So I'm going to go ahead and pay that off. Like pay these stuff off. 300, 180. And then I need to figure out what I'm gonna budget for Uber and see if I can. Well, it's just really hard because there's only one vehicle and that person works, so I have to like stick to that Uber, or I can use like the public transit. It'll be a lot more time consuming for me to like get off of work, like take my break, and then go catch the bus. Hopefully it's there on time. Get up, it'll be a lot, but if that's a sacrifice that I'm gonna have to take to not have Uber stick me up for my money, then I will have to do that. So $13.98 plus Gala plus $125. So I'm not gonna put the total, like, so right now we looking at $139.97. That does not include what potentially Uber may be. I want to budget like $65 because the way the fare fluctuates, and y'all, I even tried to like do like schedule rides, and I find the schedule rides to be a little more expensive than the actual like 10 minutes before I'm gonna get an Uber. Student loans. Excuse me, y'all. Student loans is obviously like the reason why I'm doing this. One is to learn how to budget and allocate my money accordingly and cut back on my expenses. But I got to get out that student loan debt because my goal is to afford a place on my own. And whether that's renting from an apartment complex or renting from a private seller, or going into home ownership. I can't have that student loan debt like hanging on me. And then, as I mentioned before, I need a car. It's essential that I have a car because I need to get my child to and from school. I need to, get myself to and from work because although I work from home, I do have to be in the office. So that means more Uber. But then that means gas and whatever. So my student loan payments per Nelnet is around $286. But of course, with all the like tips and tricks that have been going around on TikTok, YouTube, Instagram, adding an extra $100 or just adding whatever extra you have left over after you've paid your bills, saved, and got your wants is going to help kind of cut that student loan or that loan down. So I want to hear like some advice for those who are also having to plan to reintegrate like their student loans back into their budget. What are y'all doing? Are y'all doing like a test run like this month, next month, before we have to start paying back? Because I believe like interest, I believe it's supposed to resume in September and like the first payment is due in October. I don't know. I don't want to give out misinformation, but yeah, I like I have to start getting accustomed to that again. And I know that some people are going to say this, is that I need more income. And I do. I have been applying to a lot of jobs within the company that I work for. None of them are like sticking, and that I don't know if it's solely based on like performance or the good old, we don't want you to move out your role, but we also don't want to give you anything like any other incentives. I've started to like play around with revamping my resume, and playing around with Chat GPT to kind of like optimize my resume to its fullest potential. For record, like pretty much my entire course of like being a working citizen, I am in customer service. Two of the many jobs that I've had have been in leadership, but pretty much solely like customer service. Not forward facing, face to face, hotel, food and service, nonprofit slash like educational, went as like a camp, and then my recent role is in a contact center working with like accounts receivable, payments, and yeah, so, and I've been trying to like focus on like what skills do I have, like, how can I pivot to another area of, so I'm a little all over the place, but that's the truth. Like, I am kind of all over the place. Just trying not to like go super crazy, but also trying to like make a plan so that I do not fail. So thank y'all for tuning in. I hope y'all have a good rest of the day. Take care. Be safe. I'm out.